everybody, and welcome to Rise of the Podcast. I'm Lowbit Jeremy.
I'm Kara.
And I'm 2-Bit Brown.
I'm Dirty Dan. All right,
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what? Hold on.
What? Did you not record?
No, we're missing one of the cameras.
What the? Is it my camera?
No.
Oh. I was gonna say, how dare you? Just kidding.
It's the medium shot, so it's not like the world's most important. All right.
Swanky play.
2-Bit Brownie would be a great mobster name.
It would be, I agree.
You remember Frankie the Leg Breaker, Jeremy?
Of course I do. I just know this lady over here.
Oh, God. Ugh.
Did it look really bad? Is the stream horrible?
That's not
fine.
Bad. That's fine. At least
So
we're not
go like this, Jeremy. Now we just need to wait for the latency. That's okay.
It's not bad. It's fine.
Yeah, that's not
For it being literally 10% of its suggested bit rate, it's fine. I guess we're not like a action sports squad or something.
This is fine. People just want to see Kara and then
This
listen
is
to
true.
me, so that's
I was
fine.
gonna say.
Yeah, so this is the angle you're saying?
Yes. So, I have a bunch of stories, but first off, Swanky's already talking about video games. Like, oh, you pried Jeremy away from his video games.
Okay.
Yeah, no. So first of all,
It's
Elden
true.
Ring
It's
came
true.
out Friday.
That's why you didn't play
Thursday.
Trailmakers with me.
That is why I did not play Trailmakers. I am in love with Elden Ring. Now, I was watching a little there's this guy, he doesn't need it, but he has like 890,000 subscribers. Fighting Cowboy does a really good Let's Play, with it. So I was watching his Let's Plays just to see where he's hitting at because it's so open world. And this boss that David watched, David was like, stream. So guys, I streamed on Friday, but just to what I used to watch Twitch here. Just my own one.
Oh, okay.
I just logged into my Xbox and just did it on Mustang, whatever, Xbox Twitch.
Chris is offended.
Were
How
you keeping your patter up? Were you engaging with people?
I was so engaging.
Jeremy,
it was unbelievable.
it was word vomit.
That's what you had to do.
I know it is.
This is why you fail.
It's
Jeremy
probably
was
true.
made for streaming.
So I did. I word vomited. I was everything I was thinking, I just put it out there, and it was actually really fun.
He is good at just BSing everything. So
Oh, it
I
was
mean,
good. It was
come
really
on,
good.
you guys see him here. He's like everything, all the words.
Anyway, so this boss, I was just trying over and over and over again. I must have lost 20 times. So I took a step back, leveled up a little bit more, went back, and I beat him, and it felt amazing, as it always does when you play Souls-styles games. And so this guy I'm watching, he went after it at 6 hours into his playthrough. I did it at 3.5 hours through my playthrough. So Kara's like, well, how many hours do you think you have right now? And I was like, I don't know, probably 4.5 hours.
No. He said 3.5 hours.
Well, 3.5 is when I went after the boss.
So no. You said
Maybe it was 2
Cowboys had 6 hours in it. I have about 3.5, so I feel pretty good. And I was like, no, I think you have more 7 to 9.
Do you know how many hours I had into it?
12 and a half.
11.
Oh, funny.
Yep. So Jeremy's concept of time is shot.
Shot.
Yesterday, I worked my tail off. I was cleaning the kitchen, scrubbing everything down, getting it nice and organized. And, that's how I spent my day. Jeremy played video games the whole entire day. And I, literally the entire day. So when he said 3.5 hours, I was like, but Thursday night you played 2 hours. You definitely played more than an hour and a half yesterday. So...
All I'm saying is that the Fire Nation went to war because they were very prosperous and hardworking, and they said we have to share this with everybody else, but then the Fire Lord Ozai, or whoever was before him, turned it into a war. It was very Fire Nation.
Ozai turned it into a war, didn't he?
No, because it was a 100-year war. They were looking for anchors.
I think you're right. I think, he was
Yeah.
just the next guy to lead.
He was that's right. Oh yeah, remember the grandpa died and then Ozai took over and then
Ozai, killed him or backstabbed
Something like
him or
that.
something.
they talked about it in the show. Anyway.
So and then Jeremy Water Nation just kicking his feet up with an Xbox.
Yep, that's exactly what I was doing.
I'm clearly Earth Nation.
Who, me?
Me.
Oh, yes.
Well, Brad initially said I was Earth Nation.
Yeah, and then he realized the error of his ways. He's allowed to change
Now,
his
according
mind.
to Discord, I am Fire Nation Heather.
Yep.
So I mean, change it. I'm no longer Kara. Hi guys, I'm Heather. I'm just gonna introduce myself as Heather from now on.
Do I need to remake the logo?
You do. You truly do.
There's two things that...
And add some flames around my name.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I'm not going to go a lot into it because we very much so steer out of politics. But like world events going on right now are absolutely just devastating. We'll leave it at that. I'm very, very sad. So there's two things I always do. When I'm on the phone, I'm always on the phone, I guess. And when I'm on the phone with Chris, I'm always chewing. But that's not besides the point. So Kara and I almost got a divorce. So
is this about the thing?
Well, I was in the shower.
Okay.
And I got a phone call, and I was talking to somebody about world events because everybody wants to know what's going on. And blah,
hold
blah,
on,
blah.
while you're in the shower.
Well, yes, and I try to.
You're scrubbing your bits, talking about like, oh yeah, Putin.
That's what I was doing.
Okay, Jeremy sits on the toilet and poops and talks to people.
Well, at least he's pooping on the toilet.
I do. It's okay, but I don't talk to people. I don't call people up and let out a big old rip like.
They don't know.
You're like, hey Chris, plop.
No, I do. I hit mute for the time that stuff's happening.
That's very considerate of you. I appreciate that.
Jeremy feels Poseidon's kiss every now and again.
You definitely heard me tinkle though, Chris. Like you called me right when
when I called you and I was on your watch, I definitely heard you taking a leak.
Hold on a second. Shh. I'm going. Anyways,
are you watering your plants?
So we have a clawfoot tub with a crappy shower curtain.
Hold on. So like you said, in Heather's defense, she wants to be married to a man, not a teenage girl on the phone. Jeremy just wears his big pink fluffy slippers and lays on the bed like,
He has this big poofy soft robe on.
Yeah, exactly.
Where's Brad?
He's like, he takes his cell phone and he puts it into something to make it like one of those big cordless phones.
The clear cordless, like, yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, so I'm sitting there, so I'm on the phone, I'm on speaker, I'm like really focused.
I thought I was going to have to take Jeremy to the hospital.
Really focused, right? So we have a clawfoot tub. And in the tub, the shower, like you have the faucet to flip it up. Oh, that's all external. It's just like it's
a standard clawfoot tub shower setup.
Yeah, it just goes up the outside of it, points in.
Yep.
And then we have a 360-degree shower curtain, clear on the wall side.
Brag about it.
Clear, yeah. Clear. It's not. It touches you every aspect.
Oh, that's like especially like if it's a cold morning, it just goes.
Yes, it does. Then it's clear on the other side with like a thing on the outside.
You should get a big shower. I can recommend it.
Yeah. So I'm on the phone. I'm just deep into thought. I'm already like deep into shower thought mode, and I'm on the phone deep into thought. All of a sudden, like perfectly, the shower curtain reaches out and grabs like half my butt, and then like the front half. I literally jumped through I like ripped the shower curtain open, and I was like falling, and I just looked.
I thought I was going to take him to the
It was
hospital.
Kara. She freaking put Chip to bed. That's why I was like, oh, I'll take a shower because she's putting him to bed. She came down. The door was shut.
I just went both butt cheeks. I was like, boom.
And all I feel though is like the shower curtain being like, I'm gonna get you. It grabbed me. She scared the crap out of me.
Well, we know that your fight or flight is fight.
Oh my goodness.
I was so scared. I seriously thought he was gonna fall in the shower though. Like the reaction he had, I thought he was gonna slip and nail his head on the side of the tub. But
Can you imagine calling into work and be like, what happened? You're like,
my wife grabbed my butt in the shower.
You'd have to make something up like a burglar broke in and hit me with a lead pipe.
Well,
you can never tell somebody you got your butt grabbed and fell over and now you can't go into work.
So there's two things. I told her there will be revenge. And she will have to wait for it. It's going to be, we don't know the time.
A dish best served cold.
Yep.
Oh, man.
So the next thing is, if you notice the fancy new do, right? Oh, yeah. So stylish. Much
1 millimeter.
I love it.
You need to go head tanning, I think.
I do. Yeah, I know.
He probably does. He spent some time down in Vegas and his hair covered everything else. So.
So then today, she cuts my hair. I go to get into the shower. What does she do? She sneaks in for temp number 2. She pulled it off. She snuck in again. And I'm not on the phone this time, but I'm just like in deep thought.
The door was even shut.
What do you think? I literally, when I'm in the shower, I'm literally just thinking about like, what's the next thing like in the list that I'm doing?
Oh, no, I'm a ton. Like,
how long of a shower do you take?
Okay.
I take like a 7-minute shower.
I don't take one every day. I take one every other day. And to make up for that, I take about a 20-minute shower.
Okay, so because like I'm literally like it's like efficiency processing. So it's like I get in there, I'm like wetting down. It's like okay, I need to grab the soap to start doing the hair and beard, and then while I'm doing that, I'm like okay, you got to get the soap ready for the brush to scrub everything down.
Nope, I do. It takes me 2 minutes and I could be done, right?
I guess I brush my teeth first. I brush my teeth in the shower.
That's fine. I sometimes do. No biggie.
I start with the top down and grab my bar of soap. Bar of soap's the way to go. Grab a bar of soap, hit my pits, hit like everything. I go from top down.
Yep.
Wash this like soap off, put the shampoo. I don't have much, but it helps.
Yeah. I do the 3-in-1, so I literally just do everything in one shot.
Perfect. Jeremy has now put his Dove men's shampoo, conditioner, body wash in the shower, so he's not using my stuff anymore.
Yeah, I do use my own shampoo. I was using hers because I use like a microscopic dollop.
But then he saw how much my shampoo costs, and he decided
he's just going to making his own now.
I grab just the heat, and I crank it up and up and up and up until I literally
look like a boiled lobster coming out.
I go so hot. But I just let it run down my back and on my shoulders, and it just
relaxes your muscles.
Yes, it feels so good. So that's all I'm sitting there doing. And I'm just like soaking that in. I zone out. I really zone out. I just soak in the heat. If I have, which is very rare, it really is, a hangover, I like sit down in the shower and I just go like let the water just run over my head and I just sit there and it like relaxes my head.
Can you imagine if he had been doing that this morning and I reached in and grabbed him and it was his face instead of his butt?
I go to scream.
Yeah, choked.
Yep.
You know that ASMR response where you get like a tingle or goosebumps, like describing the relaxation. I got like one of those ASMR responses.
Yeah, it's so that's that. But anyways,
well, so you know what the heat is set in my shower. It's not like it can go hot, but I normally have it backed off.
Yep.
Because we've been trying to keep it colder. I'm like, the temperature's been like creeping up a little bit, and like I had never had an issue with it like steaming.
Yeah.
And it's like I normally don't take a hot enough shower for like the glass to even like fog up.
Right.
Dang. Well, I mean, your shower's a lot bigger than ours. I mean, your bathroom's a lot bigger than ours.
Yeah. But like this is what like I'm like look up and there's like clouds forming next to the light. I'm like, dang. So I shut the shower off, and the fan's like sucking everything out. Then I realized like I'm literally contributing to this cloud of steam. Like that's how hot I let it creep up to. I was like,
dang.
wow, this might be the hottest shower I've ever taken. And then I walk around the thing and there's just like rain clouds on the freaking mirror. I was like, dang.
Nope, it's nuts. It's nuts. So anyways, Kara scared the crap out of me, so
twice.
Good luck raising Chip by yourself.
Yeah. Once Jeremy dies or divorces you.
Yep. Who knows what order, because Kara might kill me. But no, it's been...
Well, she divorces you, she doesn't get your pension.
That's right. That's true. You don't get anything.
I'll stick with you till you die.
Oh, dang. I might not.
She's like... She's like making sure that her pockets are big enough.
Liner pockets. But no, so then we... So Elden Ring has just been absolutely fun. There's so many good games out right now. It's so everything like accordions. It like there's nothing for a long stretch of time. You can maybe pick something off the backlog, and then it all just comes crashing together again. With like
absolutely.
Okay, there should be a rule about that. There should not. Every company should have a different season they can release their games in, so I don't have to play like 3 different games at once.
So Kara's happy because Destiny 2 had a humongous update that came out.
Witch Queen, which I rage quit yesterday.
She did legitimately rage quit.
It would have
been funny to see on the stream.
So badly want to just grab my controller and whip it at the TV screen.
So, here's what I don't get with specifically Destiny and Kara. There's checkpoints, right? And there's like an objective, like kill this boss or kill these 3 bosses. Mm-hmm. Every single time, Kara, her first life, always the first crack. Never repeat. She'll repeat, go in, and then die much faster. The first time she takes something on, she's calm, she's cool, she's collected. She gets there. 2 times this happened. She gets all the way to the end. She kills the final boss. There's like part of an objective left, like, hit X on this thing to like bring the wall down and then like get the shield door down, right? And then go through it. Mm-hmm. She kills the last boss. There's like 1 ad left in the entire building. Mm-hmm. And she's got like a sliver of health because she just did it. She like just clutches the vent. She like goes up to hit X and she gets shot in the back by the ad and kills her.
And it's a no respawn.
So then it goes all the way to the start of the encounter.
Yep.
That sucks.
And so this last time there were 6 mini bosses that I had to kill.
Round of 3.
Killed them all.
Round of 3.
Then there was 1 witch to kill. I killed her once, and I forgot that you have to go in and kill her ghost, which spoilers, but if you play Destiny, the hive gets
The light.
The light.
Basically what
So,
you have as your character.
As a guardian, so that they can respawn. So I didn't have enough time to run up there, grab her ghost, and crush it. And so she came back. So I had to kill her again. And the second time I almost had her dead and I got killed. And so I had to go all the way back to the beginning of that encounter, kill all 6 of those mini bosses again. And here's the dumb thing with Destiny. Most games, if you have not most games, at least Horizon Zero Dawn or Horizon Forbidden West, if you have a checkpoint, if you die and get sent back to that checkpoint, you get all of the ammo back that you. As if that encounter never happened.
Woke up and reset.
Yep.
Yeah, and the encounter didn't happen.
Does not happen with Destiny. So I had used
all of your stuff
all
spent.
of my heavy, all of my special. My super was gone. All I had was primary ammo, and I was like, nope. And I left.
So
I was like,
you can walk to the checkpoint. You get 6 rockets if you have a rocket launcher. You can walk through, have 6 rockets, all the special ammo you need, like 200 is usually what you get, or if you have a shotgun, like 20, 30 rounds. You walk through. If you use up 8 rounds of one and shoot 4 rockets and then die, you start your checkpoint with
2 rockets, and then however, yeah.
So do you have to go back to supply area to get it?
There's no supply. The ammo drops from ads. Yeah. That is it.
So, you have to,
so it's luck. And the heavy was not dropping for me yesterday.
Oh, she raged. But
I was like, nope. I hit the power button. I turned off the Xbox and I left. I was like, Jeremy, I need a minute. And
Kara killed that witch queen. Like she was all done. Like
I just didn't crush her ghost.
Rockets. She was like doing everything right. She's got tons of ads shooting at her. She just needs to kill the boss. She kills it. It blows up. She's like, yes. And in that little bit of acceleration, like the thing is sitting there like waiting for her to activate it, like to crush it. And then it's like, nope, opens back up, and Kara's like, uh-oh. And then she just like one shot arced Kara, killed her.
Oh,
and it was like, oh, you can just see the life leaving Kara's eyes. As
I was like, I literally just wasted an hour and a half of my life. Like, I don't feel like I wasted. I mean, people would consider video gaming wasting, but it's not. It's fun. But I didn't get anywhere in the game.
You weren't able to, no progress was made.
Yeah, and so I was so mad.
If you're playing multiplayer, which is technically the game is intended for, and when you get to these no respawn zones, you can respawn as long as your partner is alive. They can come res you. So it's like 10 times easier. Not even like double. It's 10 times easier because if you're by yourself, you die, you're dead.
And then with this DLC, you have the option of playing normal or like legendary, right? And so I'm like, I've been playing Sekiro. I can do this. I choose legendary, and I do enjoy it because there is more challenge than just like popping and being like boom, 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 dead, everybody, I win, and
the Halo approach.
Yeah.
Right. And so it is more enjoyable, but yeah, I would say at least 2 people would make it easier.
So you're saying Jeremy's let you down as a husband by not helping you?
Well, the other night our friend Kyle helped me.
So here's the.
We used to game with him all the time in
Kyle
Destiny.
killed all the drywall ads. Kyle's punch holes in drywalls and drink Monster Energy drinks.
But yeah, he helped me get through the first level, and then I went
Chip,
to go the second.
When one of us is gaming, the other one's always with Chip. Like we play with them and we parent. We do.
Right.
But it's just so I was hanging out with Chip.
You need some baby strength chloroform.
That's what after like bedtime, is for. But it just
it's for chloroform.
No.
For gaming, we game together after Chip goes to bed.
Stardew Valley was a great one, and then Kara just completely gave up on me.
What?
She doesn't like my farming style.
Yeah, Ryan.
I never said anything about that.
Ryan and I got to the winter, and he's like, eh.
What is up with?
Wait, Ryan doesn't like Stardew?
No, he's just like, I keep on being like, hey, let's play Stardew. Let's get to the next spring because we finally have everything laid out to just start making massive cash. And he's like, I don't know if I want to play. It's like, come on.
I love Stardew Valley.
Here's what drives me nuts. My coworker Trevor, just for the first time, he's like, "Oh, I just got Stardew Valley on my Switch." I'm like, "Hell yeah, dude! Congratulations!" I'm like jealous for you. You get to play.
You're experiencing this for the first time,
right?
Yep.
And so he was loving it. And then he comes into work. He's like, "Oh man, I really hate winter." Winter is when you can let your hair down.
Yeah,
you don't need to. You're not like, oh, I gotta get this gift for whoever and go to this event and get this harvested.
It's like go fishing, go down to the mines, do fun things. You don't have to garden.
Yep.
It's nice when you get like the auto waters and stuff like that.
If he's just a fisher dude, you said Ryan.
Yeah, literally, I'm doing all the farming anyway, so winter's like no different for him than any other.
There's plenty of fish to do. Speaking of fishing, really quick, did you see the one video? Was it in Wisconsin of the city council? They we're talking about letting ice houses onto the lake.
What? There's no ice on our side.
You guys didn't hear this story?
No.
David can correct me for any mistake I make, but is it in Wisconsin? Or was it Michigan? Somewhere up here, for some reason, permanent ice houses weren't allowed. Permanent ice houses weren't allowed. So it's the camera angle of like the whatever equivalent to Cat 7 would be. They're looking at the mayor of this town. They're all voting on whether they're going to allow ice shanties, and everybody's like voting for it. Yes. And he goes, do you know what ice fishing in those lead to or whatever? And they call them shanties, lead to. And somebody was like thinking like, oh, you know, extra walleye consumption or, dangerous overfishing. And the mayor just blurts out, prostitution. If we allow ice shanties on the lake,
Oh my gosh.
that's going to lead to prostitution. So I don't think we should allow it. It's like, what type of ice fishing do you do?
Seriously.
Prostitute. I know it is a chance for men to get away from their wives and drink copious amounts of beer.
Yep.
That's what ice fishing is.
And then you just buy some fish on the way home so it looks like you're productive.
Yep. Or you spend way too much money on fish finders and tip-ups. And
Oh, that's
Ice
Ryan's
fishing,
game.
it's code. You're fishing for the prostitutes
Yeah.
while in the ice of Minnesota or Wisconsin.
Exactly.
I just love that line. We got there from Stardew Valley, needless to say.
Cam says that's the equivalent of video games cause violence.
I know.
Yep.
Would you allow them to play video
Ice
games?
houses cause prostitute. Next time someone says, I'm going ice fishing, we're like, oh, make sure you use protection.
Could you imagine, like, I don't know, an escalator, like a stretch limo pulling out onto the ice and like 6 women get out? How would you not notice? How would everybody notice?
And here's the thing, too. They would be
makes auguring a
covered,
hole different.
they'd be covered head to toe in snow gear. Like, no girl is going to go out there in a mini skirt and, like,
Yeah.
just saying. They're going to freeze their booty off.
Oh,
Yep.
man, that was so funny. But so back to the video games. So
Cam, I guess I need a permanent ice shanty now.
Yeah, right.
Also, here's the funny thing. It's like, that's not even, it's not there in the summer.
no, it's not.
It's just the difference of the type of structure. It's just
you
more
can, like,
rigid.
Yeah, you can leave it there.
Instead of taking it down and setting it up every time.
Yep.
And it's like, who cares?
I don't get it.
Who
yeah.
cares? It's like, and it's like, honestly, like having the temporary ones is annoying because like you have to get up like crazy early if you want to get a good spot. Like if you get a decent spot and you just want to be there for the weekend, you can just leave it set up and you don't have to worry.
I love it.
It's frustrating. It's like, I got to tear this crap down. And one of the biggest reasons I don't go ice fishing as much is I don't want to like set up the stupid tent.
If we had to set this up and tear it down every week, it wouldn't exist.
We know.
No, the podcast would be done.
Yep. It's because we can leave it turnkey.
We would have quit at like episode 7.
Oh, yeah.
It's easier to buy more cameras and even unmount them off the tripod. Like the solution.
No, it really is. It's like the solution is always buy more cameras. We own 5 cameras and I want to buy like 3 more.
It's tax return season.
It is. Actually, I was talking like my bonus finally came through. I think I talked to you about that.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Oh, so do
Stupid
you want to know a
taxes.
glitch? This is going to make you sad. This is going to make you real sad. So, I mean, not to like make you feel bad, but so you got a bonus this year instead of a raise. So you're not getting like anything extra. It's just different.
They basically decided to convert our cost of living raise into this bonus.
So Chris got it, and he sends me a message and expletive taxes.
Yeah, I was so mad. Well, I was initially mad by how much it got taxed because the amount it basically reduced it by almost 50%.
When I joined the Air Force, I got a bonus. Okay, and they give you half up front, and then they give you equal payments for the rest of the enlistment that you're paid off. So I got a $10,000 sign-up bonus. So I got $5,000 when I got back from basic training, and then I got like $1,000 a year for 5 years because the first payment was the first year, and I did a 6-year enlistment. So I got $1,000 a year from there on out. Mm-hmm. So what happened was one of the years I went to Iraq, and you get paid your bonus on your enlistment date. I was in Iraq when I got paid my bonus. It qualified for the tax-free money. So I got that bonus 100% tax-free.
Oh, nice.
Because on like a G-ball, that would have been $350 at least.
Oh, easy.
Of the 1,000. So it's like, of the 5,000, I think I got 3,200 of the 5,000. 1,800 went to taxes. 3,200
so
actually went
crazy.
to my account. And then when I got the 1,000, so 1 year I get over, like I'm in Iraq and I get my bonus, and it was like, tax-free? real nice. And they're like, yeah, if you can, deploy while you're getting your bonuses.
Jeremy's like, deploy me every year.
Chris is like, I need to get an independent contractor job because contractors, if you work overseas, you don't have to pay tax on your money that you make overseas.
Nice.
So.
Was that why the IRS asked if you earned money overseas?
Yep, because you don't have to pay tax on it. Or any portion of your reported income was earned overseas. So.
I need to get a job in India answering telephones or something.
I think when our friend was overseas as a contractor, I don't think he had to pay taxes on any.
Swanky says, I got my bonus in Iraq also, $17K tax free.
Hot dang, Swanky.
Swanky's just like...
No wonder he can afford to take 6-month vacation.
Yeah, no
right?
kidding.
Do you want to pay off my student loans?
Yeah. Become a Patreon patron.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
The $17,000 tier. We'll call it the Swanky tier.
The Swanky tier. That actually works.
It does.
So anyways, Kara apparently had never heard this story. So Kara was saying, the floors need to be cleaned up a little bit in here. And, I'm like, we should get a power scrubber. We can ride it around and clean everything. It'd be amazing. And so Chris is like, I got a power washer, and he just power wash everything.
Yep.
So apparently no one's heard my power washer story. I mean, Dave remembers.
Dave always remembers.
That depends which one.
We all know Jeremy.
Which one? So when I lived at
Is this the one where
Street,
you ruined the side of the house?
No. When I lived at 6th Street, this is worse than that. My dad built a brick, garden or whatever, a brick patio.
Yep.
And then a year or two later, the weeds stuff you buy does not work. Weeds were coming up all over the place. And he's like, pick out all those
Are you talking
weeds.
about that little that fabric that you put down?
fabric.
Yeah, that works.
You just
like
need to salt
trash.
the earth.
Apparently cardboard works super well for blocking weeds. I don't know how. You think it would deteriorate, but so anyways, so he's got all these weeds and he's like, son, go pluck the weeds from the patio. What a mean, evil villain person. Who makes their kids pluck weeds?
Yeah.
Literally crack by
Okay,
crack.
my
It was a big patio too.
I remember the patio.
My parents had a garden, and we had to go and weed it all the time.
That was
But did
like,
they weed it with you?
No.
Damn.
No, so the
Parenting is cruel.
I don't know if you remember my parents' backyard, but they had like the 2 big gardens on either side. My dad would like grow vegetables and stuff, and that was like if we got in trouble for something, our punishment was to go and pull the weeds.
Oh,
It was torture for me because there are spiders and beetles and grubs.
in patio weeding, it's just annoying. Sometimes it's a little satisfying when you get the run of it and it like comes out and all the roots are just like flat and forced to be between the cracks. And so anyways, my dad was trying to be nice to me one day and he's like, hey, I got a power washer. You just power wash them right out of there, right? So you can put it on a pinpoint stream and and it works super good, right? So I was out there power washing. I was having fun. I was power washing the house and power washing the weeds. And
You need to download Power Wash Simulator.
Power washing his eyeballs.
Yeah.
So I ran out of gas, right? The things have like a tiny gas tank, like a half gallon or something. It's very tiny. So I think and put more gas in it, and I spilt gas all over my hands. I overfilled it. I had gas all over my hands. So I was like, the hose is hooked up to the power washer. Where am I going to get the water from? I don't want to go inside and get gas on everything. Let's get it from the power washer. So I fire it up. Well, the thing is, right, the nozzle's super long, okay? And so I got my handle on the trigger, right? And I got my other hand way at the end of the barrel. And I thought, if I just squeeze it just a little bit, it'll go dribble, 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 right? Like your last few shakes at a urinal, just a little dribble.
Oh, God,
Oh
okay.
my
So
gosh.
anyways, so I got the pressure washer. It's lined up perfectly with my middle finger, and I squeezed the trigger. What I thought was a microscopic amount. No, it's all gas or no gas. There's no little bit. It came on full bore, and my hand was point blank. So it literally felt like someone took a flame Mac round and just shot it through my finger. It was instantaneous. It pushed all of the skin straight back to my bone. So I had a hole just punched right through. And so I looked in and I could see the white. And yeah, it was about the size, I don't know, of like a toothpick, like a little bit bigger. And anyways, it like I just sat and watched. But first I grabbed my hand and I screamed. I was like, ah! And after the initial burn went away, I just sat and watched it. And slowly, all of the pushback skin. It looked like, do you remember that dessert with the little, like it's ice cream and then chocolate, ice cream and chocolate, ice cream and chocolate, and it was frozen and it's got like 20 layers to it? That's what the blood started to look like. It was like a little, or lasagna, like a side profile lasagna. Just blood slowly started to creep out from the sides and the top, and then it filled up, and then it bled, and then it bled, and it bled. But it was like the blood like pushed it all back, so I just kept pressure on it, and after it stopped bleeding, it scabbed.
You could use the pressure washer to keep pressure on it.
Oh yeah, right. So anyway, so it's like, so
Ew.
my dad found out, and he's like, "What are you doing? You know, you can't wash your hands with a pressure washer." So I'm
You're like,
sure.
well, now I know.
Well, now I know. So I'm sure there's probably a warning on there, like, you know, don't do this.
Because of Jeremy.
Yeah, don't point directly at hands.
Don't wash hands, can't get any else.
Cam says, Jeremy, that is horrible and stupid.
What do you know? You don't know. You don't know. I literally thought, oh, just give it a little squeeze. I'll give it a little squeeze and the water will just come out as a dribble.
You should have done a test fire or something.
Instead of just like, let's try it.
It's like, I guess, would you be like, I think this gun's unloaded.
Right? Is it unloaded?
I suppose I could have just like sprayed the patio and made a water puddle and then just splashed my head in the water.
Your mom
How
had
old
a
were you?
bird bath back there, didn't
I was
she?
probably 15.
So smart enough to know better.
I don't know.
15-year-olds are notoriously stupid.
I mean, it's true, but he should, at 15, you should know better.
I don't know.
That's borderline. 15-year-old, especially guys, like every 15-year-old is stupid.
If you think about it, right? Like I literally love cars. So I mean, like you press on the gas pedal, you press on 1%, you get 1% power output. You know, I thought I could like squeeze this like a gas pedal, but as soon as you like break the cam, as soon as you like, because there's, you know, like a little egg cam. So as soon as you squeeze it, you just fall off, and then it's just all blast.
Does the power washer look like a car?
Well, I know it's got a gas broom and it's got throttle and choke.
If you had a little bit of dirt on your hand, would you use your lawnmower?
Right? Can you turn a vacuum on a little bit?
It depends on the vacuum.
It does have, some vacuums do have different power settings.
Ours has a different power setting.
No.
Yes, it does. It has one.
It has one
or
that
two.
turns on the roller for hardwoods, and the one that doesn't turn on the roller for hardwoods, the one that turns on the roller for carpets.
I always just use
it. Is the same suction.
I use two all the time. I
do too.
I use roller for everything.
So here's the thing: when they redid
two is better than one.
When they redid our house, they finished the kitchen floors. They refinished the kitchen floors, but they didn't refinish the rest of the house. So the rest of the floors look like trash. So I don't care. And that we have a dog. You should see how garbage our floors look because of Oliver's.
I honestly have never
toes.
paid attention to your floors.
The kitchen floors look.
We typically have a
They're
huge.
scratched really bad now.
Yeah, they are.
From
We
the
have a
glass
huge
or-
rug in the.
Claws.
Oh.
You know, I clip them, but he's got.
Make them wear
ridge
dog booties.
He's so funny when he wears them. He does the
This is
dog walk like.
Yeah, the vertical
Yeah.
walk thing. So anyways, you've heard the brake spring story, right?
The what?
So
It's not spring break, it's break spring.
that's my life.
Breaking spring.
David, I know, absolutely loves this story to no end. So I'm working on whose drum brakes were I working on?
Cam's
I
comment.
think it was. So I think maybe it was my mom's van at the time. So disc brakes in the front, drum brakes in the back. Now, disc brakes are so easy to work on. Drum brakes are still easy, but they're just annoying because everything's always so full of brake shoe dust and absolutely just rusted and crunchy. So you pull the drum off, and it's got the two shoes that push. Your brake cylinder, wheel cylinder, and then you have usually like a spring that holds the top of the shoes together or the bottom. I mean, depends on the manufacturer. So there's a tool, and it's a circle with like a half moon. So you put the circle over the pin, you put the spring around the half moon, and you just twist it, and it stretches it over the other brake shoe, and then then it's on there. It's installed. You just hook one side, put that on there, twist, and you're done. So I was going to do that when I twisted it, the brake spring came off, and it's like a very sharp. It's like a clothes hanger, you know. It was like very rounded, and it's pointed right back, and the spring went kapoing right into my finger. Halfway into my finger. So the brake spring, and they're thick. There's like, you know.
Well, yeah, well, you got to move
like
the
a plastic pen insert. You know, you pull a pen apart, like that pen inkwell diameter. So it was sitting in my finger, so I'm screaming at that one. So I pull it out, and it was the same thing. Was it the dirty one? No, it was the new one. It was the new one because it was red, rusty in color, but it was coated in like a paperclip coated. And so it pushed all of the skin in. Same thing. It came out, and as I was pushing it, so the blood came out, it clotted up, and it didn't stop swelling. So my finger went, and this isn't an exaggeration. My finger was the size of a grape.
Did it look like E.T.'s finger?
Yes, it did. So I was
Gollum just
freaking out. I'm serious. We go and screaming at David's parents. We're like, "Die my finger!" It's swelling up. So I call my dad. He comes over to see it, and it's still swollen, right? So his hot idea is he's worried about disinfection.
Oh, okay.
Disinfecting it. I'm worried about the swelling. So we have two different objectives. So what does Mr. I'm worried about your infection do? Right?
he probably dumped alcohol on it.
I would prefer that.
Spray it with gasoline?
He had me put it in hot water. So what did the hot water do?
Well, makes it swell, more blood flow to it.
Swell it up even more. So I put it, he gets hot soapy water, and he's like, you gotta swish it in there. So I'm putting it in the hot water, and I can feel my skin getting tighter and tighter. I'm like, it's gonna blow. And he's trying to talk me off.
It's like
he's
a cartoon cigar explode.
Yeah, that's what I was waiting for. And then I was gonna see just bony little bones sticking out.
No.
Yeah, with just cartoon cigarette explosion. So then I switched and I'm running it under cold water, and finally the blood subsided. But I swear I thought my finger was gonna blow up. I really did. I thought it was just gonna blow up.
You probably shouldn't have put it. You probably should have done peroxide or something like that over friggin' hot water.
What I was thinking, he was just gonna like grab onto it and just try and squeeze it back down.
Oh, I was kind of tempted just to do that, you know, just
put it in a vice. Just so.
Okay. Oh my goodness.
I feel I've heard this one, but
so. First off, this reminds me of some reason. I want to talk about antiseptic. Boy, I'm sure you're glad we're all here.
Oh my
Well, here,
gosh.
I'm going to pause you real quick before you start. I just want to say, Cam did mention in chat that 15-year-old boys have the mental capacity of an orangutan.
I think that's friggin' hilarious.
I've been watching a lot of Top Gear, and they always call Jeremy the orangutan, and I just it never gets old because he's literally a walking orangutan. You know, it's great. Anyways, so for just one thing, whose parents? The two that come to mind, but there's a third one. I want to see if you guys. So it was alcohol, rubbing alcohol, or hydrogen peroxide were the two disinfectants. Neosporin's new. This was pre-Neosporin.
I remember using Neosporin as a kid.
I don't remember Neosporin. But
You did too.
Yeah, antiseptic gel of
Neosporin's
some
been there
type.
forever.
So did anybody remember the I haven't heard anybody say it yet.
Witch hazel.
Nope.
Vinegar.
Nope.
Hold on. What were the first two you said again?
Hydrogen peroxide and rubbing alcohol. My dad had
Iodine.
iodine.
Who uses iodine? Who uses iodine?
Everything was disinfected with iodine.
Yep.
I kid you not. My dad had a brown glass bottle of it.
Yeah,
Did your parents too? No. Oh.
Did your parents?
Oh, yeah.
My parents definitely did not.
With the eyedropper, in like the glass eyedropper, and he would always put iodine on everything. And it would always like stain your skin.
I was going to say, doesn't it stain?
It
Oh,
does.
yeah. It makes it like a rusty brown color.
Yeah.
I am so glad somebody actually guessed that. In chat, have your parents
David,
ever
we had normal families.
Like you said, tea tree oil.
Okay,
That's
you know
the thing. My
what?
sister does tea tree oil.
I was going to say essential
Melaleuca.
oil people are very much into like tea tree oil and stuff like that. As
What's the larger class of stuff? I can't remember what they called, like the oils.
Melaleuca?
No, like that. It's like part of that, like essential oils. That's what
That's what I just said. Essential oils.
Isn't that
He still is just thinking tea tree oil.
No, I said the essential oil people.
Oh,
are
I missed that
total-
part.
oh,
Sorry.
yeah.
I was like, it's part of like a broader thing.
Yeah,
What is it?
essential
So
oils.
I just missed
Yeah.
it.
Young Life specifically, a lot of people love.
Young life.
Yeah.
We don't live that anymore.
But iodine, it was just like such a vivid memory because it's like everybody else is getting treated with modern antiseptic, and I'm stuck in this World War I with iodine, Red Cross bandages.
I mean, truly, if your dad was using it, it probably was from World War II.
I wouldn't doubt it. I'm not kidding. He
Just
probably
saying.
we was
He
at
probably got it at an auction
Camp
somewhere.
He probably got it at Camp Ripley, and then yeah.
I'm just looking up what iodine actually does because I know that people like if you have radiation exposure, you're supposed to drink iodine.
Well, there's iodine pills
Iodine
you can
pills,
take. I
yeah.
actually know how that works. Did I tell you that story?
Yeah, like it bonds to your thyroid
It sure
glands
does,
and stuff.
yeah.
But so I'm trying to think. It's like what does topical iodine do?
I can tell you how it works in water too.
Topical iodine is used to prevent and treat infections that may occur in minor scrapes and cuts. So it's a completely legitimate.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, for sure. But it's like nobody uses it anymore. But it's like alcohol peroxide.
Yeah, because whenever I hear it referenced, it's always like, oh yeah, I had to take my iodine pills or chug it. Like my uncle was in Germany when Chernobyl happened, so he had to chug iodine constantly to make sure he didn't die of radiation poisoning.
That's insane.
So in survival school, because voice alert or price alert, I don't know. I went to Sears school.
Hold on, price alert.
I don't know. I was trying to be okay. Anyway, so Swanky might, I don't know, anybody military, whatever. I went to Sears school, survive, evade, resist, and escape. And so part of the outdoor survival, you had to treat water. And so we literally had to go to this farm and we went to a horse's trough, got water out of it, and then we put iodine tablets in it.
How'd that taste?
I'm sure that tasted disgusting.
It literally smelled like swamp water. It literally just smelled like, the green.
Can you imagine just like a bunch of horse lips and like carrot remains and like oat byproduct in there?
Vegetation. There was like that green algae on
I would rather die than drink that, no matter how treated.
Yep, I'd be like.
Well, so I asked, I was like, how can I drink this and not get sick? So the guy explained to me. So iodine just goes in and it coats everything. It doesn't care. It coats every molecule in the water. And then just like artificial sweetener, your body doesn't break it down. That's why it's 0 calories. You just pass it. So,
so you're taking all the horse lip juice and just shooting it right out the other side.
Yes. Yep. Exactly. Yep. Horse lip juice, whatever. It just coats it all, and your body doesn't break it down.
I'd strain that through a fine cheesecloth, then I would boil the fork out of that,
Kara,
and then use the iodine tablets.
Crashed a plane.
Yeah, like I'm glad I brought my cheese.
Yeah, if you crashed a plane and the enemy's right on your butthole, you're not going to be like.
I'd be like, kill me. I'm not going to drink swamp water.
They say that your.
Besides, who would kill me?
Worst day.
Just kidding.
Your worst possible day evading is better than your best day in captivity. Like if you get caught.
I would imagine so. Like the torture and psychological whatever.
So it's like always better to be drinking horse lip juice than to be caught by the enemy because they're probably going to feed you dung water.
Mr. Ed's Choice horse trough treatment water.
Bottled horse lip juice.
That could be an alcoholic beverage.
Cam has some chat here. Jeremy, I once cut my thumb down to the bone trying to cut a PVC pipe into strips on a chop saw, and the PVC exploded into shards. I'd used 3 zip ties to stop the blood, and I couldn't drive to the ER because I was drinking.
Damn.
I don't like hand injury stories. They're gross. Hands and feet, just...
And he goes on to say, unrelated story, in the Boy Scouts we used iodine tablets to disinfect water so that we could drink out of the lake and the boundary waters.
See, absolutely.
I will never be that much of an outdoorsy person, thanks. Like, I'll go camping, but heck, there better be a bathroom nearby with running water.
You can just take an RV.
You're bougie.
That's true.
That is the first legitimate bougie thing you could accuse her of is not wanting to sleep in a tent in the boundary waters.
Yeah, I will never.
A life straw.
A
life straw.
We talked about this before.
There's not enough. Like you couldn't coat that with enough promises to make me use it on literally anything.
Maybe water from the faucet.
Yeah, like I would test it on like tap water, but outside of that, I would not want to try and drink anything out. That sounds like a horrible excuse.
No.
Someone's just like, how can I get Jeremy to drink crap water? just a scoop of whatever out of the latrine. And he's like, I'll make this thing called a life straw, which is nothing. It's just a veggie straw with a plastic wrapper on it. You're like, oh, it tastes like carrots.
Well, when I was on a deployment a while ago, like the water coming out of the tap smelled kind of sulfury. So I'm like, I'm going to get a Brita filtered water bottle. So I got this. So it has a little carbon filter. Well, they're supposed to come with a filter. So the water bottle is in its packaging. On the bottom, there's like an 1 by 3 inch false bottom. The filter's in there. So I thought it was installed in the straw. So the whole time I'm using this thing like, filtered water. Woo! I open it up to clean it. There was no freaking filter in it. So I was drinking it like for a week or two, and I thought, my water was getting filtered, and it wasn't.
The power of suggestion. You're like, I can't even taste the sulfur now.
It's so good.
Placebo effect.
Just like when people drink NA beer and they're whatever.
Right.
You know what you should do? We should try the life straw in beer and see what happens.
Right.
Probably just come out clear.
Just like water, right? It's supposed to just leave the water. So Cam says the life straw really does work. I have seen some people do they're just grab a bog water, glass of water, just stick it in there and go.
I'll never be that person. Sorry.
Are life straws or their equivalent like part of the crash kit for?
Believe it or not, it's an optional item that we don't put in.
So you're just like,
what do you
suck it up.
put anything in? Do you put iodine tablets or anything in there?
Oh, we put like 20 iodine tablets in there because you can fit so many more iodine tablets. So the amount of water per iodine tablet you can
You know
get
what?
versus the
That must be what we put in our water bottles at work.
yes.
So we get our for work when you like you spray out patients' mouths, you can use distilled water, which people get like their own distillery thingy and actually clean their own water. We had that at school. And otherwise at work we just get our water from the tap, but we put a little tablet in there. It must be an iodine tablet.
Interesting.
So do you have like?
I think it's IDX.
Let's
I think
get
that's the
everybody
brand.
on the same page.
I think.
Do you guys have a water cooler with the jug on top?
No.
What water? are you talking about?
So okay, so
It's
we
like
do
what
have
comes out of the guns.
yeah, the air
So
water
there's
syringes.
a hopper.
Yep. So I have a bottle about that
I thought that
tall,
would be
about
just
that big around,
straight tap water,
and it
maybe
goes.
run through a filter.
No.
You guys have to fill it up.
We had to fill it up.
Really?
Yeah. So
You're talking like the water pick thingy, or
the air water syringe, like when after doing some
Blow a little air
scaling,
on it.
Yeah.
they'll blow some air, give you some rinse or whatever. That is so it's either from a bottle.
really?
We just refill these bottles. Yeah.
That seems like a waste. The
I was imagining,
heaters-
like Shop Air. I was imagining they just had like this water
Yeah, that's
system
what
they
I'm
just
saying.
tapped
Yeah.
into and just.
Nope.
Yeah, and
We
like when it
each-
got to a certain level, it would just
Next time you-
pump it back up.
Exactly.
I'm serious.
It's an artesian well. They have to build dental
Here.
offices on top of artesian wells.
Let's see here.
Well, like a well has a pump though, right? To pump the water out.
Not artesian well.
dental
That's true.
water.
I'm just trying to save them money.
Yeah, right?
They can pass the savings on to me.
Maybe. No, so that's what we do. But we put the tablets in it, so it must be iodine. I think it's an IDX. I think that's what it's called.
I tried
Yeah, there you
Googling
go.
IDX water treatment and it came up with EDC water treatment.
No, it's is it IDX? It's
probably
I
a
something
brand.
X. Yeah, it's a
iPhone X.
brand. Huh?
iPhone X.
Ah. So David
So
brought
that's
up
kind of what it looks like.
the Mustangs. No way.
Yeah. Mine's a little different
You said
because I have an older system.
Cam said, could it be ICX?
Yes, it's ICX. Thank you, Cam.
How does he know? How would
Cam
he know?
knows everything.
How would he know? He's gonna know.
So that's what mine looks like.
Cam's probably already heard the Mustang story.
Is this
Yep, that's it. Oops, here.
backed by 4 decades of infection control innovations? ICX waterline treatment tablets offer a simpler and effective solution. Okay, now I need to go to their stupid website.
I'm going to hold on here. I'm going to post in Discord a picture
That is not
of my
iodine,
water
for the
bottle.
Is it an effervescent tablet?
That's what it looks like.
There you go. That's exact. The dark blue one is the exact one we use.
That's PII, Kara.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
Not PII, but it's like that's trade secrets. That's industry secret.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Well, what if a competing dental office is looking for a way to treat their water for cheaper?
They probably use this too.
They probably would.
They can cut down overhead.
So there, I posted a picture in Discord of
It's
what.
funny. It doesn't tell me what it is. It says it releases ingredients into the water.
I'm guessing it's iodine, right? It makes sense.
It makes
Could be
sense to me
chlorine.
too. But.
I do know
Oh,
patients.
Cam just put a link in the chat too.
Could it be chlorine?
It could be. I know patients do say
Chlorine.
So if you
love
don't
chlorine.
fully empty the bottle and you refill it and put another tablet in, patients do say it tastes bitter.
Tastes like Jeremy's soul. All right, Mustang story.
Mustang story. So I used to have a 65 Mustang.
Is that why your gamer tag is?
Yes, it is.
I'm just kidding. I knew that, but
You know. How would you know? So this was
He's gonna know.
This was cheap. It was $2,500 back in 2003. I bought that car. Anyways, 2003 Mustang 65. It wasn't. You know why it was cheap? Because it had a 6-cylinder, 3-speed, automatic. It was like the combination that no one wants. Like no one wants an automatic.
looks cool on the outside and lame on the inside.
That's what it was. Just like me.
It's, like
Anyways,
it's the inside out you. Wait, no, I'm saying you're cool on the inside?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Right.
I fell into that trap.
So anyways, so David and I were hanging out. We were just like having fun. We must have just gotten in the car at that point. We're going to go for a cruise. So who asked the question? You or me about cigarette lighter working? So I was like, oh, David, I wonder if the cigarette light works. I didn't know. You got to try it. You got to try it. So I was like, I push it. We backed out of the garage. Like, garage door's open. Back up a little bit. And then I stopped to think about the cigarette lighter working or not working.
You're literally like, we're going to go for a cruise. And you're like 8 feet back. Like, wait.
That's what it was.
Cigarette
That's
lighter?
literally what it was. 100% what it was. I started to back out. You guys don't know. Kara thinks I get distracted. I do get distracted. You wonder why I get distracted. I was backing out and somebody was probably driving by and that's why I had to wait. And in the split second,
It was a pretty girl.
I had to wait.
Yeah.
No.
She was like, hey, girl.
No, I was so
I was
bored.
like, can I light your cigarette for you?
Yes.
I was so bored. I looked at the cigarette lighter, not at whatever non-negligible person was driving.
Fine, it was a pretty boy.
Was I driving by?
I was like, wonder if this is going to work. So I push it in, right? Once or twice? Just once. Waited a long time. So it pops out. Didn't even pop out. It must not be working. Must not be working. So I grab it, and it wasn't red. Wasn't red. So I have really bad heat reflexes. I could like grab a fly with a set of chopsticks. I cannot tell if the heat is present for a while. So I take my finger, and I touch the end of it, and it's like, smoke comes off, and I'm wondering if it's still working, and I'm like, I smell burning finger. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Bacon.
Then I finally feel the burning sensation. So it was literally like, I'm smoking my finger on this cigarette lighter. It's smoking, it's visually smoking, smellatorily smoking.
Smellatorily.
So I can see it and I can smell it, and I can hear it, but I don't register it. I can't feel it burning. So when I do, I just scream. I'm like, ah! I instantly just push on the gas pedal all the way to the floor. So we go flying out into the intersection, and we're in reverse. So then I'm like, ah! So I slam on the brakes so hard, the engine died. Like that's
Really?
an automatic. I went from gas to brake so hard, it literally shut the car off. I was like, beep.
That is
And
wild.
so David's just we're shaking because it's old, tired suspension.
Are you still holding on to the cigarette lighter?
Not burning, but I'm holding on to it, yeah.
Impressive.
It's like it lands in the backseat and starts the car on fire.
John Lithgow did a skit with that already.
Yeah.
Rat race, he chokes on it. Oh, it's so funny. Burns his tongue. Oh, that's
Yep.
such a good movie. But anyways, so yes, I don't allow me near here. David, I've said this before. David's grandma and grandpa got a new range because they had like a pilot. It had a pilot light on it as a gas stove, but wherever it was attached to it, with like a little piece of metal tab, would get really, really hot on top of the stove. So I'd always like go over there and like lean on the stove, and I put my hand right
Apparently
on it.
I'm a stove now.
Yeah.
Burn my hand on it. So
You're hot enough to burn his hand, is what he's saying.
Dang right.
Fire Nation.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. That's the sound. Okay, anyway.
Fire Nation wishes they looked like me.
Oh,
You're so
dang.
funny. Calm down. Calm down. But yeah. So, anyways, my weekend has been consisted of. So we were playing Rock Band, a little bit ago, and I was gonna make you guys just watch us play Rock Band for the entire stream. So
Listen to me sing for an hour and a half.
yeah, that's
Next week.
Comment if you think we should really do it, because I'll do it. Don't tell me. I'll do it. Anyways, we played Yoshime Battles of the Pink.
Yeah. Robots Part 1.
Kara's been playing Forbidden Horizon Zero Dawn. That's literally about
Forbidden West.
killing robotic animals. So it's actually kind of funny. It was like, this is very surreal to listen to it now after playing a game about killing robots. So
Funny.
And at least it's the main character's name is Alloy instead of
Aloy.
Alloy.
Aloy.
Is it Aloy?
Yeah.
Spelled alloy, basically.
Aloy.
Yeah, alloy without the L.
So it's Aloy. But they pronounce it Aloy. That's her name.
But yes, so at least it's not Yoshime.
Yep.
So you want to talk about finger injuries? I might have told you about this already. I have the world's most first world finger injury. So the forks that I have here are of like the lowest possible quality, basically, right? Like they're a step above disposable, and they're like in profile, they're very, very thin.
Your what?
My forks.
Oh, forks.
Yeah. So
Kara only uses sporks.
she only uses
it's only the finest
gold gilded platinum
with diamonds encrusted in the handles.
Exactly. It's very sharp and hard to hold, but it's worth it.
Right.
So I had baked something, and like, you know, when you bake cheese, like it gets hard. It's like tough. So
It's so good though.
So I was like, eating it. It's like, oh, it's kind of like tough to cut through. So it's like, I'm using the edge of the fork to cut it. And it's like, oh, my finger's getting a little bit sore or whatever. I legitimately got a blister on my fingertip from my fork.
Oh my gosh.
And I was like, I've just been like messing with it. It's like turned into a callus on my finger from the stupid fork. And it's like, oh I'm eating so much of this food that I injured my finger.
Oh my gosh.
So it's like, it doesn't get more first world than that. Like eating food, now, granted, it's like, it could be more first world if it was just like just by quantity, but it's like the fact that it was so tough. It's like I do like that pizza bake, right? Yep. So it's basically, imagine cooking a pizza without the crust.
Right.
And so like that around the edge of the pan is where it gets like all hard and like crispy and stuff. So it's really, really good, but it like gets really tough. So like trying to cut through it, it's like, God, it's impossible to cut through. So I had like 2 pieces of it, and by the end of the second piece, like I was looking at my fingers, like, dang, my finger hurts.
You know what that
and then like that night, I developed a blister on the tip of my finger.
That's insane.
Any like buffet style restaurant, they all use like the Cisco brand forks and spoons. That's what it reminds me of. They're like very hard, and they don't round the edges at all.
Also, like my sister, I never appreciated this. My sister's silverware set, I was like, oh, it's so weird. It's so like thick and like round and everything. Yeah. But it's like really nice to use because it's like there's no like hard, jagged like parts to put your hand on. So like he says you can't stream Rock Band.
I just looked it up and you
can't stream the music though, or what?
No, it won't archive. You can't archive it.
Oh, who cares?
Really?
It's not a banned game. So this is an actual game.
Huh.
Well, you can give it a try and see what happens.
But how does licensing work with the music?
What I'm guessing is, so this is part of a much, much larger conversation. But essentially, Twitch doesn't care.
Interesting.
It's literally like they're like they actually be like, if you're doing something that is breaking like let's say you're just streaming Family Guy.
Yep.
And that you're just watching Family Guy with people or whatever, right? They like just don't archive. There's literally, they said it's like, if you're streaming content that is probably like illegal, just don't archive. That's what Twitch told people. Dang. They're not like, don't do this because it's against the law. They're saying don't. Sorry, Twitch, the platform that we're streaming on right now, but they're saying don't not break the law. They're saying don't archive it so you don't get caught.
Interesting.
So if somebody else is singing it, it still counts as licensing stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
or
weird.
Basically,
like,
you can't get a copyright strike is what it sounds like. They just don't.
They would have to so somebody would have to catch you from Harmonix or whoever, EA, whoever makes the game, and be like, stop you from doing. And all they can do is just stop you from doing it. They can't because especially for us, like we're not making any money off of it or anything. Right. So they can't whatever. But I mean, I suppose they could sue you and be like, the whole idea behind the copyright thing is like by you using their copyright property, you're costing them opportunity to earn money. So if they can show like what kind of loss that your stream could do, they could sue you for that civilly. But
and I didn't even think about it until now. So let's take for Forza Horizon 5 racing game, right? Yep. That has a soundtrack. So I was gonna say, I suppose the music would be playing in the soundtrack of the game while you're playing it.
That's why if you watch people a lot of people turn the music off.
Do they really?
Oh yeah. Like
just to avoid it. Oh, so they can archive it, right?
Yeah.
Does that apply?
Yeah, and then if you watch anybody do any gameplay at all on YouTube, the in-game music is always turned off.
That's
I was playing
true.
Learn to Fly 3. I was playing Learn to Fly, the Penguin Rocket game, right? I literally the second I stopped talking and just took like a 2-minute break to like go and get something to drink or whatever, I was like, you guys can just listen to the music. I turned the music up. That 1-minute section got copyright struck on the YouTube channel. It's like there's copyrighted content in this one piece, and it's the one piece where I turned the music up, and then when I turned it down, it's like, oh yeah. So it's like, because it'll show you like what the offending strikes are. It's like this particular time, it's literally the entire duration that I was just had the music turned up.
Wow.
Did you have to mute it?
Can't stream Rock Band. Yeah, that's a bummer.
Interesting.
Oh, we got a little bit of chat to catch up on. It's like I had noticed like that not a lot of people were like straight like it's annoying because like Rock Band's a really fun game and I think that people would enjoy like watching people like play it and stuff.
Well, David was even like, so there's two things. Kara's one of her happiest memories in her entire life of me, where she gets a chuckle every time we're even talking about it. Look at that smile. That's genuine. That's real. In this moment is me playing the drums in Rock Band.
Jeremy looks like he's having a seizure.
Because it's like, I have to go, if it has you like hit it left to right, I have to like
Was he
move
doing
my
that
whole
tonight?
body to it. And then, okay, let's talk about that. You would have loved this. So there's one song we played, and it's got just tons and tons. It's like red note, 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 yellow note, red note, right? Okay, so it's like ba 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 tink, ba 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 tink, right? So David's like, I'm going left hand, slowly and awkwardly, like red, 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 yellow. Red, red, red. And David's like, no, dude, just do like red, 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 and then be like, tink,
Yeah,
and
that's
then
what you would do.
yellow,
You would
right?
cross your arms. To
You
do
should
it.
have seen me. It looked like an orangutan tried to play. I'm like, dot, 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 tink.
Yeah, he's
dot,
literally
dot, 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 dot,
so.
dot,
It's,
tink.
AJ would be offended.
He would be. It was bad. But I'm clacking, like I'm going clack, 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 and they're like clamming into each other.
yeah, it's like it wasn't even like he's like poking it like this. He's like bringing his arm up and over
I was like,
to poke it.
I'm like tap, 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 tap. Yink, you know?
Like so that's what I saw. It's like I'm playing and I just see like this like Dave's like trying to like tell you how to move your elbow and I
Yeah.
just see Jeremy going
Watching me play drums would probably get like a lot of people watching just from the sheer ridiculousness of it.
Yep.
So I do have a little bit of chat I want to catch up on here. Yeah, so Cam said something about monetization, sort of a retread of the same thing that I had said. So he says it's always the music industry that brings you down. A lot of games have options for DMCA, that's Digital Millennium Copyright Act, in case you're wondering, now to assist streamers. And he also says you can do Twitch Sings. Which
What is Twitch Sings?
I'm guessing you probably like. So you know how YouTube has like their library of sound effects and music they can
Yeah.
use? This is just a guess because I don't know what it is. I would guess that maybe it's like some sort of approved library of licensable whatever
Music.
that Twitch is providing so that whatever.
Well, see, here's what's annoying. Like the GLaDOS song, right? The Cake is a Lie. I mean, do
Yeah.
those guys really, are they losing out on any? I don't know. It's like, there's got to be, you'd think there'd be some songs in Rock Band that would be that way.
So
Music
yeah.
is weird because,
Well,
yeah.
Well, so and it's even more weird when like so.
We'll just mute it. Wait, can't you do like a well, that's just, I just think it'd be funny just mute. You can just see us be like click, 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 click,
Yeah,
click.
nobody would
Tick,
want to
tick,
watch
tick,
that.
tick, tick, tick,
Guess what song we're playing, guys?
tick, 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 click, 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 click.
So the music is interesting because like the rules for music have existed a lot longer than stuff for like visual stuff.
Yeah.
So like let's talk about like Bad Guy. We did a parody of that song, right?
Yep.
So if all we did was just write the parody of the song and then put it out, there's a thing called a mechanical license. It just automatically happens where if it detects that you're doing some sort of remix or some sort of cover of this song,
We got flagged for Bad Guy, didn't we? For
well, on
I'm No
YouTube,
Jedi.
but I'll come
Yeah,
back to
okay.
that.
Okay.
So if it's just audio only, there's a thing called a mechanical license. It automatically just happens, and then X% of whatever just like if it makes some sort of money on some sort of platform, just straight up goes to that label or the artist or whoever, right? With a visual thing, if so, like this is the weird thing. Like you could do the same thing, but if you just make a video, you could just have a blank black screen. But if it is a video on YouTube, it's a completely different process because it's an AV adaptation to it. So it's not just considered a cover or a parody. It's also this extra thing on top of it. So there's no mechanical license. You have to go through all these steps to try and secure the rights to use it in an audio-visual format versus just an audio format. And it's insane. So like when stuff is baked in, so like if it wasn't like a video game that had music inside of it, if it was just you doing music and that with no visual component, like I said, even a black screen counts. But if you were just like streaming the thing or whatever, there's steps in place to like remedy the situation financially for the people that provide it. But because of the advent of like film and now like TV and digital streaming and everything, it's so complicated and so annoying to do anything that combines music that has all these automatic triggers and a visual medium that has none of those things and make them rectify with each other, that it's like super, super hard. Like you can buy a song on Premium Beat to put in like a commercial and stuff, right? And so if it's something that's like web distro only, it's like $6 or whatever. But if it's something that goes on like broadcast, it's like $1,000. So it's like even where you're trying to do it changes the rules. And it just becomes this horrible nightmare. Our music video is still up. Cam, so you can go find it.
Repost it. I don't know.
Just Google.
We'll just do the one with the stuff from Clone Wars.
That's posted too.
I know it is.
Okay.
Take them both down, repost them.
Right.
But,
so they can annoy Chris and be at the top of the channel every day for the night.
But they still are.
How many views does it have now?
Probably too many. Let me take a look here.
Too many.
Have we got any comments like Uzuka wouldn't floss?
Yeah. Probably. Let's see.
No, I
here.
want to know, is there a way, now this wouldn't work and it's just too much work, but like we say, oh, we're going to listen to this song, press play on your end now. And
No, so there are things like that. So it's almost like if you go to a drive-in theater and they have like the thing going over the radio and stuff. They have stuff similar to that, or like people will do like let's watches where they'll have like a countdown. It's like get the thing ready, and then in 3, 2, 1, and then you're watching it on your end and you just get the feed of what they're doing without the. Let's see. So the original one has 8,900 views.
Wow, almost 9,000.
And was responsible for 22 people subscribing.
You're welcome.
And then
What can I say except
You're gonna
you're
get the copyright.
welcome? That was all I was going to sing.
And then
fine.
the other version has 681 views only.
That's a damn shame. That's a good cut.
So
It's just I'm no Jedi. That's all it is.
yeah. So yeah, the first one vastly more successful. So that being said, so this is something. Oh yeah, tell us the name of the videos. Yeah, it's just I'm no Jedi. It will pop up.
It was #1 on the search results for quite a while.
I'm going to open an incognito window and see if I
Can find it.
yeah.
What if it's still the #1 search? Nobody asked you, David. Just kidding.
I know. Oh, come on. Go in the search bar. The thing I don't like about incognito YouTube is I don't have my stupid ad-free version.
I can't watch YouTube without YouTube Premium.
I know.
It's actually true.
Yep.
It's really bad
there's-
otherwise.
Oh yeah,
So-
it is not. Okay, well I'm gonna put song then.
The Bailey Sarian channel that I watch, her videos tend to be like an hour long. And if you click on it, you can see where the commercials would pop in. Like 1 hour
Yeah, it has like 8
portion.
commercials.
No, it's got
Oh,
more than
God.
that. It's got
Okay.
like 10 or 15. It's like every 5 minutes you're watching a dumb commercial. It's like, holy. No.
So I was wrong about our SEO. Apparently, it is dropping off phenomenally. So I'm just gonna grab a link and post it in chat.
Oh, you're going to post it?
Yeah.
Guys, I apologize for my singing and my acting and dancing.
Oh yeah,
I'm posting the Clone Wars
Zebra
one.
YouTube.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate
YouTube
that.
ads are just
They're brutal.
out
Yeah.
of control.
I didn't realize how bad it was until I was at work and I wasn't signed in. And I tried watching, like, I think it was like a Peter McKinnon video, and there's like 5 ads in it. It's like, come on. Yeah, Flying Zebra on chat says YouTube has gone overboard with the ads. It's worse than cable.
insane.
It's ridiculous.
It's
Like,
absolutely nuts.
I've been so insulated from them because of paying for premium.
Yep.
That it's like I totally forget that it even exists, and then somebody else is like, "Oh, I'm gonna skip the ad," and then there's like a mid-roll ad, and then there's like before the last 2 minutes of the thing, with the
It's-
actual information that you want, there's another ad. It's like, come on!
It's unfathomably jarring. It just when you like you think you're gonna watch a video about like Pete making a leather hat, right? And you click on it. Sorry, I just excuse me.
Is it tight?
Anyways, Pete's gonna. I'm just kidding. Pete's gonna like work on this hat, right? And you click it, and it's like, oh, buy a Nissan today from your local Nissan dealership.
You like, not
go
good,
on
dog.
down and incident pricing, and it's
Incident pricing.
Well, I don't know.
If you run into it, we'll give you a special price.
discount. Speaking of which, I can't tell that story, can I, David? Lube tech guy, not doing the.
You want me to mute so you can ask, or
I can't. It's all right.
you can just tell me about it later?
not my
Well,
story.
Jeremy will share that sweet juicy fact in Discord or something.
I will. Anyways, now I've got lockjaw story in my brain. I can't tell. It's dominating my cerebral cortex. What are you doing? What are you doing? That doesn't make it any better.
Well, so when do you think you're going to get back to Trailmakers?
Never.
No, I'll get back to Trailmaker. I just got to get. I want to get it on Steam now. I'm done with them. Well, no, unless David plays, and then I would play with David on the Xbox.
Just get it on Steam, Dave. Come
David
on.
doesn't have a PC to game on, really.
You play it on your phone.
Can you really?
No.
You probably can cloud stream
You
it on
can
Xbox.
come down here and use this computer to play.
It might. It's not like a crazy robust game.
Just have your dad build your computer.
I do. Should we talk about Trailmakers for a minute?
I think so.
So
True.
what?
Nothing.
You just said sure or true?
Oh, Swanky says screw Trailmakers. Any closure on not for broadcast. That's what I was going to stream on Monday, except our stupid internet is broken.
It's ridiculous. So the tech came out and he claims, Cam, you tell me what you think. He claims that the line needs to be completely reinstalled. And I just, it's like resistance has to be less than 42, 43, and he said it was 46. He's like, so he checked, he thought there was like too many attenuators that it goes through. Is that the right word?
Yeah, well, like the junction. So it's interesting that he brought that up because whenever I would do the thing, like the test thing, it's like, oh, if you have too many splitters or whatever, make sure that you like reduce the number of splitters. Like we have one.
We have literally, it comes into the building.
Like like the splitter where it comes off of the main line and then goes in, and then it's just a straight pipe right into the modem.
And there is and does that one have to be there, David? Why does that splitter have to be there? Yeah, then that one acts like a filter or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it's whatever. So yeah, so they want to run it like 5 times further away.
They do. Yeah, seriously.
And it's like, whatever. Just make it work. I don't care what stupid lie you have to tell yourself to make it worth your while to fix, but just fix it.
The guy was really nice, though. He did not challenge us on saying that, like, what we were getting first. Or he didn't try to feed me the old BS thing, like, well, that's peak upload or whatever. And he saw all the equipment. He's like, yeah, you guys really need your upload.
Yeah, well, it's got to be interesting. So he comes in here, it's like, we really rely on the internet. He's like, yeah, I've heard that from everybody. And he's like, oh, damn.
Yeah, you guys need your upload, you know. So, but apparently it's fine coming down, right? Because we had like 7.
Oh yeah, the down. We were hitting 900 a couple of times
because the company is sending it to us.
Yeah.
On the up, it's the modem that has to like push it back.
So what you're saying is we need like a humongous modem.
Yes.
Like huge. I don't make Mexico pay for it. Yeah. Don't put your finger in front of it, otherwise the dad is gonna blow a hole through it.
That's how Jeremy keeps his heart on the pulse of the internet.
Yeah, exactly.
Fire up my gas-powered modem and just shoot it at myself.
You know what's hilarious? I actually, someone made a gas-powered electric toothbrush.
Really?
They were doing all this stuff with these little like RC motors. And so he was like trying to think of different things he could do with it. He's like, oh, I'm gonna see if I can power my toothbrush with it. And I think it might have been Backyard Scientist. I can't remember. But it was a relatively well-known YouTuber anyway. But yeah, it's like he did all these other things with it too. But like, the one that was the most funny was like literally just like this, like an electric toothbrush. But then he has like this engine that sets up to like send electricity and everything. So he has all the stuff set up so that it'll set at the right amount of power. And like, so the thing's running and it's like shaking in his hand because it's running so hard. And there's just like plumes of smoke. And it's like that special like RC racing fuel. It's not even gas. It's like liquid alcohol or whatever. Yeah. I don't even know what it is. Some insane noxious thing. He's standing in his bathroom doing it, just like a big smoke cloud. It's like, this gotta be like, your teeth might get clean, but you'll probably get cancer.
Now I want to skip converting it to electricity at all and just have the output of the little tiny engine flywheel just go right to like the drive shaft in it with like, and just let it actually.
Yeah, it just like pulling down on the throttle.
Oh my gosh. You come in, your gums are just completely gone.
Yeah. That'll descale.
Yeah, you said toothbrush can't get calc off. This one can.
Sir, you also don't have any gums left.
You're like, oh, I gotta go brush my teeth.
But then people would get, turboed ones and,
Why do you have a spoiler on your toothbrush? Cam said the other issue you can run into is carbon buildup on the connections coming into the building.
They were a little bit loose, but he's worried water got into the line. They've
only existed for like 6 months.
I know.
It's like, there's a lot of carbon scoring. Your cable's seen some action.
What reference is that from?
Carbon scoring?
Oh, I am so disappointed.
I am very disappointed too.
Oh, it's from Star Wars.
Yay, we talked about Star Wars. Credit maintained.
What's one?
New Hope.
Then you know where it came from.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
And Luke said it.
Yep. While he's giving him the oil bath.
Yeah.
While C3PO.
Thank the maker.
Thank the maker.
Thank the maker.
Which is really, he's just saying thank Anakin.
Yeah, that's true.
He's getting an
Vader.
oil bath like 20 feet away from where he was built.
Yep.
Can you imagine getting an oil bath in St. Mary's, I assume is where you were born?
I was born in Coon Rapids.
I was born in Little Falls, St. Gabriel's Hospital.
I'm not a northern Minnesotan, and I'm proud.
There's a reason I've always hated you.
it all makes sense.
I grew up in the
Rapids.
cities. So.
Well, no, that's
For a while.
that's why I'm glad. Chip is his hometown is Duluth, Minnesota.
Duluth. Yep.
Oh my gosh, guys! Funny story. As I'm flying home, the airport in Vegas put 4 pallets for everyone to put their luggage on for it to come home. I walked by where we were supposed to put our luggage. I looked left, looked right. I'm like, this can't be us. But it was the only ones that was even remotely close. They spelt it D-U-L-O-O-T-H. Duluth. I'm not kidding. Duluth. It's like, what do
That's
you
an
guys...
Air Force education.
Yeah,
if you ever...
Duluth.
Oh my
We're literally
gosh.
saying it the way that we, like, and it must be that way. Like, they're like, oh,
Duluth.
what airport is this going back to? And the people are probably like, oh, Duluth, like the ooh,
Yeah.
ooh.
Well, so the thing is, it'd be like
it- what-
Duluth if you wanted another U.
Yeah.
Like Duluth.
But it's the first time I've ever
Makes me think of
seen
Duloc.
that. I've heard people obviously like mispronounce cloquet or
Cloquet.
Yeah, Cloquet is the common one.
Wabic. I really had to slow down to say that correctly. Or Ottawa, Mattawa.
Yeah, Matoa.
But
Yeah.
to see Duluth spelt like Duluth. I just want to make an dental office now called The Tooth. Come on into Duluth and get your teeth brushed with us.
Swanky says military isn't exactly known for recruiting America's best and brightest.
Oh,
Flying Zebra says Duluth. And Cam was actually born at St. Mary's. So was I. That's
was
why
Chip.
we're the best.
so was Chip-a-Doodle.
Yep.
Did I tell the elevator story to the podcast?
Elevator story. Did you buy an elevator?
No.
I guess you did buy an elevator, technically, but
Technically.
So I'm
it's like we bought a zoo, but a lot lamer.
I was down in Vegas, and I get behind. So there's this guy. There's a whole thing.
Wait,
right?
I think does this involve Subway?
Yes.
Okay, you told me, but not
But I
on the
haven't told the
podcast, no.
podcast. And I don't know if I've even told you.
I don't know if you've told me.
Oh, I absolutely have told you because I was on the phone with you when this all went down. So I was on the phone with Kara, and I'm walking, and I'm like trying to get to Subway. I just got off of work. I'm still in my uniform, and
That's how you know they're not paying you well enough. And
this
Jeremy's
is
craving Subway.
not applicable at all. It's like anyway. So I'm walking by, and I see a cell phone, an Android cell phone on the ground. It had like a crack in the screen.
Oh,
but it
this-
totally turned on.
I never heard the resolution of that though.
There was nothing other than I just turned it in. That was it. So anyways, I find this phone, and I'm like, oh. So I go, and I'm like, there's 6 people.
He was gonna leave it, and I
Well,
told him.
just-
I told him I was like, no, Jeremy,
This-
turn it in somewhere.
Just
Whenever you involve yourself is when
Listen.
dumb crap like this happens.
yes, exactly. Thank
If you just screw everybody
If-
else, you're
if-
out for number 1, and hopefully everybody else figures their own crap out.
if I didn't turn that, this is actually very applicable. This is actually the keystone to the entire story.
Yeah, this is the linchpin to everything
It
that falls out.
actually
This is the
is.
thing that tips the dominoes.
So I stopped, looked. I said, "Hey, does this phone belong to you? Does this phone belong to you?" Nope, not me. So nobody wanted to claim this phone. I'm like, all right, well then I'm not going to take it with me. I just put it there, and then I don't want to like go off and then have somebody be like, find my phone while it's in my possession, and then
Yep.
it just was a nightmare. So I set it on a slot machine, and I'm on the phone with Kara, and she's like, "What are you doing? What are you doing, Jeremy?
what are you doing?
Do the right thing. Just turn it in. It's gonna sit there. Just turn it in." I'm thinking, oh, Kara, I can see this old guy walking up to Subway. So I was like, all right. So I run back, grab the cell phone, put it in my pocket, and as I get there, the guy just beat me into Subway. Like, just beat me there. And I'm like, oh, dang it. So I'm watching this guy order, and just the entitledness of it makes me, I'm gonna do the stupid like clap thing. Like, this guy ticked me off. Like, it was just so dumb. So he goes through and he's like looking at him and criticizing him. It's like, these people work at fast food. It's Subway. There's no, they don't need any more ridicule in their life. Like, they already have a hard enough job.
Yeah, it's like, is that how many meatballs you're putting on that sandwich?
That's what it was like. So anyway, so the kid's like, all right, do you want a combo? And the guy's like, yep. So he gets the pop and chips, and he doesn't set the chips on the counter. And so the guy, he tells him the total, and he's like, are you gonna give me my chips? So the guy turns around and grabs them. He got Cheetos, not that that matters.
Don't Subways normally have the chips in front of the counter?
It's a casino in Vegas. They're behind the counter. Drunk people would probably be there all
People
night
keep
long,
drugs and shotguns behind the counter.
Nope, chips.
You have to push the button and be like, okay, turn the key on the other side.
Buzz you in for the chip. No. But yeah, so anyways, the chips were behind the counter.
Yeah, fair enough.
So he puts them on the counter, and the guy was so offended that it didn't get put out. He goes, just so you know, based off my appearances so far, I don't have a lot of confidence in my order. And if this sandwich is wrong, I'm never going to visit this Subway again. And I'm thinking, it's a Subway in a casino. You weren't driving around scrolling through Yelp thinking, oh, yes, the Subway there looks delicious. Yes, that is very highly
here's the thing,
recommended.
too. I have had, when I worked at Wendy's, I had people say, I'm never coming back. And I'm
Who
like,
cares?
cool, bye.
Yeah,
I never have to deal with your annoying butt again.
Yeah, if you said it to the owner might be like,
Oh, no.
But the employees are like, I wish nobody came in here.
It's
My
true.
life would be perfect if
It's
the
true.
gate stayed shut.
It's the threat that
It's true.
just shows you how disconnected from reality you are. It seems like anybody who's worked, a minimum wage job or a fast food job, they get it. That's not a threat. If you were mad, and you wouldn't even probably, if you went to Subway and somebody messed up your order, what would you tell the person working? How would you handle it?
Well, being a northern Minnesotan girl, I'd probably just eat
Eat your
it.
sandwich wrong.
Yep.
Okay, if we somehow pumped a little confidence into you, you'd be like, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I would
This
be
isn't
like,
what I
hey,
ordered.
I didn't want banana peppers. Something
Okay.
like that.
So
I wouldn't be like, excuse me, you made my sandwich wrong.
I
How
have-
dare you? Are you trying to kill me?
So the Cloquet's Subway, which I have not gone to since this stupid incident.
But you didn't threaten them with
No,
it.
but because I know that it's if somebody made a mistake, right?
Yep.
It's not their day or whatever, right? But it's I demand to be made whole. I need restitution for the
Yep.
crimes committed against me. So here's the thing. It's I don't normally do anything with Subway anyway because I think their sandwiches are terrible and expensive.
They're not that good. They're
But-
way overpriced now.
Oh yeah, it's even in high school when Subway was the place to go, they were still a little bit too expensive for what they were, and they've not gotten any better, and they've gotten twice as expensive.
They're twice as expensive.
Jersey Mike's, baby.
But so they make these meat bowl things or whatever. You can basically order whatever sandwich, but just get it without the bread, and they'll make it into a meat
Bowl, yeah.
meat bowl thing or whatever, right? So I was like, okay, trying to not eat as much bread and stuff like that. So I'll try one of those out, and I got one once, and it's because I know it's okay, I don't want any of the lettuce or crap in there. I just want the meat. So I was I'll just hit 2x on everything, and it was really, really good. It cost $14, but it was good. So a couple weeks ago, I was okay, well, I'm going to do that again. And what I got was 2 pieces of ham and a little handful of cheese. And I was this is absolutely ridiculous, right?
Yeah.
And so the thing is, so I had done the order online because my sister was over there and just had her pick it up or whatever. So she didn't know what to be expecting, and I got her lunch in there too or whatever. So she's just she just knows that there's gonna be a bag of stuff there to pick up, so she just grabs it. So there was a disconnect between the employee and the transaction, essentially. My sister, the transaction, and the employee. All of this is separate. But so it's I'm really, really disappointed. It's okay, well, it's somebody made some kind of mistake, but it's I'm not going to go down there. It's I'm never coming down here again until whatever. But it's I do want what. So I fill out a thing online. I just explain what happened, right?
Yep.
It's complain to your whatever, and it goes into corporate, and then they send it to the franchise owner and whatever.
Yep.
So I was just sending the thing. It's I paid for this. It's I'd gotten the order with these exact specifications before, and everything was awesome. That's why I ordered it again. And then it's it wasn't awesome this time, So it's can I get a refund? Because this is absolutely 0% even close to what I wanted it to be. And so he's sorry to hear that, blah blah blah. And he sends me a coupon for a foot-long sub, which is not even in the realm of what I ordered to begin with. And it's and I didn't even want to go back. It was I go to Subway so infrequently anyway.
Yeah.
Even if I did want just a regular sandwich, it would be almost useless to me. Mm-hmm. And this was 100% useless to me. So I just gave it to my sister, and it's I won't go back because I don't want to have that experience again, but I'm not going back to spite them.
Right.
By not going there because they could care less.
Yep.
Right.
It's not a threat that you would make. I also, in some scenarios, if I go through the drive-thru and something's forgotten, I'll call up trying to get restitution. Give me something for my not getting what I wanted because I paid for something and I didn't receive it. So
Exactly. Like they have your money.
Yep.
And you got no good or service
Yes.
in return.
So the elevator story doesn't end there. There's an elevator involved in this somehow, right?
Yeah, and all we've done is complain about Subway.
So I leave, I order my sandwich, and I'm just like, here's what I want, boom, we're gonna go. And I go to security, and I turn the phone in. And the guy was super awesome. He's like, oh, hey, thanks, man. It's like right there. Like I went to the right, and it's just a straight shot right to security, like a nice booth right in the center of the casino. I give the guy the phone, like, hey, I found this over there, and he's like, thank you for telling me where it is. I think we know who's looking for that phone. So he gives it to me, or I give it to him. I go about my day. Now, if I was in front of him, I would have beat him to the elevator. But because I was behind him, I even stopped at security. He was dilly-dallying, getting over to the elevators. So I get over to the elevators. There's 4 for the entire casino, and they're all in the same lobby.
4?
4 elevators. Yeah, well, it was off
Pick number 3, my lord.
Yeah.
Anyway, I can't do 4 very well. I don't know. This is good enough. I don't know. Anyway,
like
Jeremy's like 4.
Yeah. 4?
Yeah.
4.
Who was the finger dude?
It was from
Inglorious?
Shrek.
No, in Inglorious.
Oh, it was.
Apparently that actor is only. Oh, I learned that on Top Gear.
Who was? Oh, it was
Magneto.
Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, Magneto. So he guys. So this tangent. Have you seen Inglorious?
Yeah.
Excellent movie.
When the German calls him out and he does this instead of this or whatever for 3. Michael Fassbender said people to this day still come up to him and just do this.
And he's like, I had to think about it for a second. I'm like, oh yeah.
So anyways, so we go over there. I'm still in uniform, and like the guy already has the button pushed, so I'm committed to get
This is
on.
Angry Subway guy.
This is the angry Subway guy.
Yeah.
So I'm like committed to getting on the elevator with this guy, and I'm just like, whatever, not a big deal. So we get on the elevator, and he's like looking me up and down. I'm like, oh God, don't say anything to me. What does he do? He opens his mouth, has a conversation with me. So he's like, why are you all here? I'm like, oh, there's an exercise going on.
I just would have been like, sir, that's confidential.
Yeah, if I told you, I'd have to kill you.
Well, no, it doesn't matter because that's exactly it. He wasn't asking, so I'll get there. So he goes, why are you here? I'm like, oh, there's an exercise going on over at the Air Force Base. And he goes, no, I mean, in this hotel. There's a whole bunch of you. And I said, oh, there's not enough room on base. So they put us all up here. And he goes, no, I mean like on the ground. You can't sleep outside.
Oh my gosh.
I never told you this?
No.
This was
What
the guy
an absolute.
from Subway. I looked at him. I was taken aback. I was like, no, sir, we don't sleep on the ground. I'm like, we sleep in beds just like you. Like, so we're here. He goes, he literally said, I just figured you guys could sleep outside. It's like, there's planes flying 24/7. There's an active duty exercise like all the
gosh.
time. We wouldn't get any sleep if we did sleep outside because it'd be 24 hours a day. Pilots need crew
this
rest.
guy.
It's a thing.
Yep.
They have to have so much sleep before they can fly.
That guy's got a big pair of cojones on him for
And-
saying
Or
stuff like that.
a small pair of cojones.
I mean, that's true. Trying to make up for something.
Yeah.
So that absolutely, I was like so taken aback. You could just tell this man looked down on other people.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is
Seems
the
like it.
sign of looking down. Like he's better than you because you should be sleeping outside. It just,
So it's like the one guy's reels. There's rich and then there's really rich.
yes, this guy was just rich. He wasn't really rich.
Yeah.
Oh man, it drove me nuts. I had one more story I wanted to tell, and now I can't remember it for the life of me before we wrapped up. But
Trying to think about something else funny that I did to you.
no, that's not funny at all.
What,
Nothing
me
you do is funny.
scaring the poop out of you while you were in the shower? That was hilarious.
Yeah, that's the best place to scare it out of him for what it's
Oh
worth.
my goodness.
It's true.
But yeah, I couldn't believe it. That guy it's like,
Yeah.
no, I meant like here in the hotel. Oh, there's not enough room.
It's
You gotta
like
sleep.
this guy acts like he's president of the hotel. He's like,
Yeah.
this Subway. And like, does he live there? Like, why does any of this matter? Why does he care if you're there?
Yeah, I know.
It's like, is Jeremy gonna invade your room? It's like, sorry, this is for Homeland Security and kick you out. Oh my gosh, I'm
That
not.
drove me nuts. Do you know how many times it was kind of creepy? How many times I'd be sitting in my room and I would hear security come up and knock on the door. Welfare check, and they have to like knock for so many minutes first before they can go in. I mean, the last week I think I heard 3 welfare checks. But like in 1 week, like to me that's a lot. Like,
Oh, yeah.
are they really that worried about somebody that many times, like over gambling or whatever? I told you guys the windows don't open.
Yep. And they have the sniper tower set up to pick off potential thieves.
Yep. Yeah, the guard tower is outside. But yeah, I couldn't believe how many welfare checks they were done. I'm like, yeah.
Think about how many corpses were like within like 100 feet of you.
You wouldn't believe how many people. David just said, you're talking about corpses? There's a lot of people that have been killed at our local hotel. I'm just saying. A lot, like more than you'd think.
Like more, the amount that I think would be 0, so that'd be dramatically more.
Well, like people, like somebody's used a gun and killed themselves. Patch the bullet hole and keep renting the room. I mean, it's weird.
Okay, well, let's just say I'm pretty sure the hotel we stayed at in Colorado on the way home from California.
Oh.
Hot dang, pretty sure somebody was murdered in there.
Absolutely.
The tub was full of water.
The tub was
stain
full
was
of
still on the
water.
carpet.
Yep.
tub was full.
The floor
We
was
went
stained.
in. Somebody was drowned, and I drained it.
Somebody was
reached into the water
drowned.
to drain
Somebody
it.
was
Destroyed
murdered.
evidence.
It was nope.
That was
Somebody was dead.
the
And
second sketchiest hotel I've ever been in.
we rented a
For me,
car.
it was Wyoming, and then it was the Aurora.
We rented a car in Texas, and Jeremy does not think it was blood splatter. I swear there was blood splatter on the ceiling of our car.
No, it was ketchup, and here's why.
It was not ketchup because it was behind us.
No, have you ever look? I was giving something.
It was
in
literally
ketchup color.
all over the roof.
No.
One packet is not going to go all over
No,
the whole
it was-
entire ceiling of the car.
Do you remember the glass Heinz bottles?
Who's going to use
got in the car?
Exactly.
The deeper colored red of an older Heinz bottle was the color that was the stuff on the ceiling.
It'd be
Blood.
like brown if it was dried blood.
Yeah,
It
blood
looked
would be
brown. It looked brown.
It was rusty red.
Rusty red, brown blood.
No, it can't be rusty red and
was
brown.
blood.
Rusty red is one shade, brown is another shade. This is brown. Rusty red,
That's more like wood.
it is brown. So here's all I was gonna say. I don't know
It was
what
blood.
in the context it was, but Kara, I gave her some food in the car, and I was like, careful
I'm
not
glad
to-
that you're feeding your wife occasionally.
I'm like, careful not to spill this on yourself or whatever. And what did she said something along the lines like, people expect that from you, Jeremy. So
Yeah.
if it spills on you, it's fine. But not from me or whatever. And so,
Oh no, we had gotten coffee on our way to Cloquet. And
that
I
was
picked
it.
up my cup and the lid was on tight. Jeremy picked up his and the lid wasn't on tight.
and it blew off, but I hadn't
He didn't
lifted
spill
it yet.
anything.
So I didn't spill it. I was like, oh man.
But
that
I was
could've
like, yeah, if you had gotten stained, nobody would think twice about it. You know,
like,
that's what
it's
they
par for the
expect.
course. So I'm going to turn that around with you. I've blown up ketchup packets before. That was an exploded ketchup packet.
It was not.
Yes.
Cam
it was
says
not.
you'd be surprised the
Nope.
shades that blood
It-
can turn.
There was so much of it on the ceiling
They're
of the
not
car.
gonna rent out a car that was used for and not replace it.
How do okay? So we acknowledge that people that work in menial jobs don't give a crap, right?
Yep.
If somebody shows up, like they're like, okay, you just got to make sure there's no dents or scratch. They're going to do the least amount of looking over that car as humanly possible. Are you going to go in and be like, is there blood on the ceiling?
Well, Kara's saying there's enough blood that the guy was like just lambasted all over the place in there. Like it's inside of a Dexter scene or something.
Yep.
Have you seen Reservoir Dogs and the guy gets shot in the,
Yes.
in the back of the
that's
car?
how much blood Kara is. It's like, to me, that's not going to go unnoticed. Like that car is going to be, they're going to put a new headliner in and whatever. On that terrible disappointment, we do have to end. But what I want to say is when I rented the car, I got it on base. We get through the whole walkthrough, and the first time ever, the guy pops the trunk and looks inside. And I was like, hardy, looking for a body, just being funny, like he hasn't heard that 8 million times. And he goes, no, we really do find bodies in here. And I looked at him and he goes, people try to sneak in on base and they get forgotten about.
Oh
So,
my
like,
God.
Because it's an on-base thing, right? So anybody who comes through the gate has to have an ID. So if there's somebody who like rents it with an ID and then they're trying to bring have their friends ride with them, they'll put them in the trunk, and it's like they've turned the car in and forgotten them out there apparently.
Oh my gosh.
Enough to have this guy check. I was like, damn.
Can't you like punch out the taillight and
You
Well,
can,
there's all modern cars have a string that you can
Yeah.
pull that'll.
but it's like
release
120 in the summer. You probably like roast going through the gate.
oh yeah,
You'd probably be passed out back there. Yep.
yeah. Just leave him in there. Be like, whoops.
He went in there on his own accord.
Did you rent an Accord?
That would be funny. All right, Chris, take us out.
All right. Well, Thank you, everybody, for joining us live. We continue to work on getting the internet operational so that we can stream to you in the highest quality possible. But I think we got it to work for today anyway. Hopefully Monday it'll be fixed and we can do some more streaming. But that remains to be seen. Anyway, thank you for joining us. If you are listening to us on YouTube, thank you for joining us there and watching us in the highest possible quality. But you should check us out on Twitch. We're live Saturday nights at 7 o'clock Central. You can join in the conversation. You can steer the direction that the show goes. You can give us interesting factoids and nuggets about things that we don't know enough about iodine exactly.
ICX.
If you are watching on YouTube, don't forget to like the video and comment down below whether or not you think Kara saw a murder scene inside of that vehicle or not. I am interested to see what people have to say about that. If you're watching us on Twitch, thank you for joining us live. We do really appreciate it. You guys are awesome, and you're the reason why we keep going live, because we have such a good time. If you're listening to the audio-only version of the podcast, we appreciate that you like the convenience of taking us anywhere you want to go on any of the major streaming platforms. However, maybe you do want to check us out on YouTube or on Twitch to see how incredibly handsome and lovely we are. And then, just comment. Join us live, see what it's like. I don't know. Just do that. Otherwise, thank you for listening to us in the most convenient factor possible. All of that being said, you guys are all awesome. Thank you so much for watching. And of course,
may the force be with you.